Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are finally going to be talking about my own series, the Gidorian Saga, and this right here is the first book, The Golden Academy. This is an epic fantasy sci-fi superhero series, and I am so happy to finally be talking about it with you all today. So, let's just jump right into this. For those who do not know, this is my debut novel that I self-published through Amazon. This book and this series mean a lot to me because it is my love letter to the superhero genre and a combination of all of the greatest stories that I've ever witnessed, seen, absorbed, whatever else. It's all in here. It's all paying homage to all those great things. And especially the number one inspiration for this was Invincible. If you read this, you will see a lot of similarities to Invincible. I was heavily inspired by it, and that series changed my life and is what led me to write this book. So I thought I would just go ahead and read the blurb to you all and give you guys kind of a little sneak peek inside what this book is, talk about why I wrote it, what it means to me, what you might see in this series, and just kind of go from there. So let's talk about the blurb first. So Kaden Collins is just a normal kid living in an abnormal world full of superpowered humans called Goldens. Although he dreams of it, Kaden doesn't have any powers of his own. He isn't fighting crimes, saving the world, or a hero of the Golden Academy. Instead, he is bullied and forgotten about in a world where Goldens run the show. That is until his awakening on his 16th birthday, when everything changes. He quickly finds himself at the Golden Academy, a school for aspiring superheroes led by the mysterious and ancient Headmaster Fowler. Kaden is assigned to Team 22 and learns if he has what it takes to truly be a hero. At the same time, after 100 years of hiding, the elusive and dangerous leader of the Rogue Golden Sanctuary has finally returned. The Red Demon prophecy is closer than ever to being fulfilled, and the fate of the world now rests in Kaden's hands. So, that is the blurb on the back of the book. And let's just talk about what you might find in this, why you might want to read this, and, again, what it means to me and things like that. So, number one, if you are a fan of fast-paced, page-turning books, then this is going to be for you. I wrote this in a way that I never really wanted there to be a slog. I never really wanted you to have to sit there and go, okay, when is this going to get good? When is this, when's the action going to happen? Whatever else, things like that. I'm not personally a fan of books like that just take forever to get to the point. So I thought I would write something that never truly feels like that. Hopefully. If you're a fan of deep world building with lots of lore, but you don't want to feel like you're taking a history class, then this is going to be for you. I wanted this book to be as accessible as possible for anyone who is interested in getting into the superhero, science fiction, or fantasy genre. You can read this book in a day or two. It's meant for you to just fly right through it, and I really want it to be one of those books that you just get lost in, you forget about time, you forget about the world around you, you just get absorbed in the world and the story, and then all of a sudden you look back and you're like, whoa, I just read 200 pages in like an hour, something like that. I wanted it to really have that feeling, just like when we were all younger and we were reading those books that just, felt like we were in a different world, things like that. I wanted to give that experience. Now, although this is a superhero novel, this is not made for children. This is an adult superhero story. It's adult fantasy, adult sci-fi, all that stuff. This is through and through an adult story. It's very graphic, it has very strong language, and it is not made for kids. So don't buy this book thinking that it's going to be great for the kids, for whatever. I mean, this is a superhero story, but it's more like Invincible than it is like the Avengers or something like that. It's definitely more mature, definitely made for adults, so keep that in mind. Now, what are you going to see inside of this book? Well, you are going to see lots of powers, lots of abilities, a little bit of magic, lots of advanced technology. You're going to spend the majority of this story at a superhero school. You have spaceships, you have 1v1 battles, you have armored suits, you have different planets, you have prophecies. It's a chosen one story. And if you want an adult twist on the superhero genre that isn't edgy or campy just for the sake of it, then I think you are really going to enjoy this. But if you are also looking for a deeply personal, character-driven story, you are going to find that in this as well. It's written in first person, and you are going to get a lot of internal monologues and thoughts from the main character, Kaden, and you are going to take a deep dive into his mind and his psyche as he descends down the Red Demon prophecy. Now, this is an intergalactic war story, less on the side of Dune with the political meddling and more on the side of Invincible with the different planets and the spaceships and sci-fi technology, things like that. A lot of different inspirations that I pulled from to write this book come from The Dark Tower, Avatar: The Last Airbender, God of War, and Berserk. The first trilogy of this series has also already been written, so if you are afraid of jumping into a series that is not finished and that you never know when the next books will come out, you can rest assured that this series is already written, and I am very transparent on when the next books will be coming out. I plan on releasing the second book in this series next summer, and I will of course keep you guys updated with anything that happens during the writing process and the publishing process as well. I've always wanted this channel to be a direct line of communication, so if you guys have any questions about this series, please do not hesitate to reach out and ask. If you guys want to see a deep dive into this series and this first book, I am more than happy to do that as well. And finally, this is my very first novel, so I hope that I will continue to grow as a writer and that each book will get better than the last. And also, if you are not feeling this book, give it at least until chapter 8, the first mission, so that you can really see the tonality that I'm going for and what this series truly is. And if you're trying to decide between either paperback or hardcover, I have both of them right here. There really isn't much of a difference between the two. The only difference is you are going to get the more premium format in the hardcover. It doesn't have a dust jacket and it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's really just going to come down to whether or not you're a fan of paperback or hardcover. I personally prefer the hardcover, but it is truly up to you. You can also pick this up in ebook format and it is free on Kindle Unlimited. Now that pretty much does it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you end up reading this, thank you so much for supporting me and my writing goals. If you have any questions about the book, please leave them down in the comments below, and if you have any thoughts about the book after you finish reading it, please also let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. As always, happy reading and writing, and I'll see you guys next time.